Welcome to the Tales of McFlare.
Hello, welcome to Tunnels and Trolls. This is an 8th edition, also known as the deluxe edition. And we will be following McFlare on his adventures.
Hello. Thank you to the people at Tabletop Audio for letting us use their sounds.
Welcome back to another episode of Tales of McFlare. I am McFlare.
And I'm Matthew, your dungeon master. Today we start out in the Port of Hyden. We haven't moved, but this time we've changed locations. From McFlare's, as a brief description of what happened in the previous episode, McFlare, after being chased off the ship, gets back on and finds the missing box, the box that he's been hunting for, and makes a quite explosive escape. Upon doing so, he flies out the ship, almost killing himself. Going to the doctor, patching himself up, and where we last left off, he was crashed on his bed. You've pretty much been unconscious for this entire amount of time.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, I mean, you've been awake once in a while to eat, but like you have been up for like more than an hour each day. Yeah.
That sounds like me, actually.
So you've been sleeping a lot. So you wake up this morning. It's 5 days after the event. And you wake up in your room, the small little room. It's really small, actually. It's like the size of like a tavern room. Has a bed, has a bedside table, and like a small closet. Pretty small, has a wooden door at the end. There's no windows in this room. But there's like a lantern that hangs from one of the walls. You hear a noise coming from outside the door, just like some rustling noises and some voices of mixed kinds.
Go ahead and get up.
Alright, so you get up, you gonna get dressed and all that stuff?
No, I'm just walk out of my underwear.
Okay. Seriously?
Just fuck it.
Okay, so you open the door. You open up into this like little living room kind of common area, because it's like a circular room, but in the center is like a little common area. Yeah. And you see 5 different people. You recognize them as the fellow neighbors and members of your guild. You know this spot as the Ravens Spot.
The Ravens Spot.
Yeah, that is the name of this little building you're in. And the first person you see is the one directing people to kind of do stuff at the time. His name is Russell Barlow. You recognize him as like the leader of the guild.
Oh, okay.
He's a strong, smart, charismatic guy. He's very calm spoken, very soft spoken, but you could tell that he has a lot of command. He has a lot of certainty in his voice. Then you also have Herb. Herb Leaf. Herb Leaf is his name.
So no, I can't make the joke, damn.
Well, you see him on a chair smoking something. You recognize this is Herb. He's always stoned all the time.
I was about to say, pass me that weed.
Yep, he is actually smoking some at the moment. Okay. Or it's not weed here, but a different type of drug. Okay. But yeah, he's smoking, being stoned. You recognize him, he's stoned all the time. He's about 20 years old. He's about 20 years old, and he is known as a chemist.
Oh,
he makes drinks and concoctions of all sorts. Russell, you know him as he's a 30-year-old hobbit male, so he's the same size as you. And Herb is a dwarf. 1-year-old dwarf. The next person you see is Hulk Goldbladder.
Hulk Goldbladder.
Yes.
By the way, I'm just clearing this up. He goes to a random name generator to get all this shit. I kid you not.
Yep, I don't have the ability to think up lots of names very quickly.
He's not very creative.
I'm pretty creative, but I can't think of like original names quite often.
Names are hard. I'll give you that.
So he's a 40-year-old elf. He's small, like a frail man, like an old dude.
So wait, who's this guy?
Hulk Goldbladder.
Oh, Hulk Goldbladder.
He pretty much he's a very smart, wise guy. He runs the books pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a smart guy that runs the books. He also makes small gadgets of all sorts.
Ooh, fun.
Yep. Next person, next person is Rose Heartedge. He's a 9-year-old small child.
Why do we have a child in a guild? What the fuck?
Small child. It's a very small child. She's female and she's very good at stealing.
Good already then.
Yep. So children are very good thieves.
Yeah, true.
So,
by the way, we do not condone any thieving. Please do not, especially if you're a 9-year-old child named Rose. Please don't.
Don't. Okay. And then we have the last person in the room is Claw.
Claw.
He's known as Claw. You don't really know his real name, but you know him as Claw.
Awesome.
He's a really old 50-year-old male. He's a very experienced doctor.
You just fucking came to him.
You didn't ask if there was a doctor. But he doesn't look like a normal person. He's missing a leg and a few fingers he lost. You know that he lost a leg in a war that he was a part of when he was a young boy. And the fingers, you're not really sure from, but as you know him from handling knives, you can kind of understand where that might have came from. So he's missing appendages. Missing a leg and a few fingers.
Does he have any facial hair?
Yes, he is this really old, bearded man.
Kind of like a Santa Claus beard, almost.
No, it's like
Duck Dynasty beard?
Duck Dynasty beard.
Like all gray?
Yeah.
Oh,
like a little black in there. Yep. So that's everyone you see in this room. They're all kind of circled around the table, and you could see Russell is kind of directing the conversation at the table.
Go and listen to the conversation.
So you're gonna sit down and listen?
I'm just gonna sit down in mine.
See, no one's really fazed by you sitting down or coming out with your underpants on. So they're just like, oh, okay. So you just kind of hear Russell talking about like the expenses, like we need to keep this place running. We're kind of running low on cash of all sorts. Just random stuff, and he talks about there's going to be a guy that's coming in about an hour that's going to give us jobs, like he usually does.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about, jobs?
Jobs. I mean, you got this job from this guy. Yep.
Cool.
So it's pretty much. Actually, no, you didn't get the job from that guy. Sorry, I got confused on who gave you that job. You just kind of came up with that. You heard rumors. But what this guy is he is I forget his actual job title. I actually have it written down. I think it's a jobs merchant. But his entire job is people come to him with jobs. They pay him a small fee, and then he goes around to the guilds and gets people to do the jobs.
Oh, so he's kind of like a quest NPC.
Yes. Okay. So it's literally his job is to go around and give jobs to people.
All right.
He spreads the jobs out, so these rich people don't have to go around and do all the dirty work themselves. So, would you like to start a conversation or just kind of sit there and listen?
I want to raise my hand and ask a question.
Okay, so you raise your hand. Russell looks at you and says, "What do you want, McFlare?"
Do I have to get dressed for this?
Yes. Go get dressed.
Alright, I go get dressed.
Okay, so you walk back. You come back like 2 or 3 minutes later with all your pack and stuff. Do you carry all your pack, or you're just dressed in clothes?
Just dressed up, and I have the box with me.
Okay. So you have this box that's chained up still?
Yeah, and I want to fiddle with it while he's in the middle of speaking.
Okay. So you sit down and you kind of fiddling with something. Yeah. After about 2 or 3 minutes, you just kind of fiddling, like throwing it around in your hands, looking at it. Russell says, "McFlare, what are you doing?"
Found a box.
Oh, have you looked inside?
No, it's locked.
Well, why don't you unlock it?
To do it?
Do I get to keep the box?
No, my box.
He just looks at you with extreme, like, you're so stupid. Stupidity must run in your family kind of look. It's like, dude, just open it.
Alright, I pick the lock then.
Alright, I'll say you just can open it. You drop the chain to the floor. Do you open the box?
Yeah, open the box.
So you open up the box. Everyone's kind of looking now that you've kind of made a scene about this box.
My box.
So you open up the box. You can see red satin silk along like the entire edges of the box. It's very nice, ornate inside the box, but outside it looks like a normal wooden box. But if you open it
don't
up,
know anything about this box. Totally.
yes, it's nice satin and red, kind of glimmers a little bit. And inside you see two things, one on the left and one on the right. On the left, you see a red gem.
Gem on the table.
Okay, so you set the gem on the table. And everyone's kind of looking at it because it's sparkling. It's almost clear, like it's kind of weird.
Ooh.
And then you see on the right side a small leather pouch.
Can I inspect the leather pouch?
It looks like a leather worn pouch, about 3 to 4 inches tall.
I'm gonna open the.
Okay, you open the pouch. You look inside, or you're gonna dump the contents out. Okay, so you hold your hand out. You dump it out. And you see two clear stone, like pebbles, and they're about like you can pinch them between your fingers. And if you look through them, they're clear. But once you just specifically look at one of them, you can see a cloud over. Then all of a sudden, the image comes clear, and what you can see is what you kind of imagine is you looking through the second stone that you're not looking for.
Ooh.
So they are known as seeing stones. Okay, so you pocket that. The gem is still on the table. Everyone's eyeing it up quite eagerly.
I look at Claw and I ask him, "How much do you think this is worth?"
Well, he holds out his hand. It's like, "I'll give it here. I'll take a look." Okay, toss it to Claw. It's got to be worth something. And then he throws it back to you. I'm not really sure.
All right. Well,
gotta
I
be
think
worth something.
this might help out with a little bit of the expenses. So later on, when we're done with this meeting and the job guy comes, I'll go trade it in and see how much money I can get from it.
Okay. So you just gonna leave that there?
No, I'm putting it back in the box and holding it in the box.
You just hold it in the box, okay?
It's my box.
So you can actually add the box to your sheet if you wanted to. If you want to keep the box. So time kind of passes on, and you're just looking around, just having the conversations, kind of like talking about what's happened in the last few days. Nothing really happened. I mean, the guards are out looking for someone who blew up a ship, which they kind of figure from you because you ran into saying I blew up a ship, and then you face planted with a bunch of bandages around you.
Oh yeah.
At this point, you're still kind of bandaged up, but you can still fully work, but you still have some bandages on you. You're technically at full hit points.
Awesome.
By the time you kind of get through conversation, you hear a tap followed by 3 taps and 2 repeated small taps on the door. Something like that.
Oh, that's the only knock I can think of.
Okay, so you hear that, and then Russell says, "Everyone, be quiet." He walks downstairs, and then like you can see him like look through a corner, and he opens the door. He opens the door, and like a small halfling man walks in through the door, and he has a cane that he's walking with, and he's kind of walking up the stairs up to the main room.
What does that remind me of? Something? There's a show, and I think you got it from that.
No, I don't think I did. I just kind of made this up.
I'm like thinking of a Harry Potter movie. It's by one of the guys in like the first movie.
So he walks up the stair, and you see he has like a satchel on his side. He gets up to the top, and then like he takes a seat at one of the tables, and you just whew, that was a walk. And you just kind of sitting there and say, "Can I get some water?" Yes. You gonna do anything?
I look at Rose and
The Rose goat gets him a glass of water. So he just sets it on the table. It's like, thank you, sir. The best female child voice. So this old man just drinks from his glass for a second or two, and then he sets it, and then he pulls off his bag and throws it on the table. Now, I got some jobs for you guys if you want to accept them, of
I
course.
can only think of that stupid troll. I'm sorry. It's the only thing that's like going through my mind.
I want to say Hobby, but I want to say Hobby was his name.
No,
Moving on. So he throws his satchel, and then he opens up the satchel. And he rustles around with papers and stuff, and he pulls out oh, here's a few jobs like steal this, and there's some mercenary for hire work. There's also there's a ship in town that's looking for some people to come and man their ship. Looking for some crew members, he says. And then he kind of throws it on the table and is like, what you guys interested in?
I kind of laugh a little bit at the ship.
Okay. He's like, what's so funny?
Reason why I'm laughing?
Okay. Would you like to take the ship offer?
Sure, I'll check it out.
Okay, so he hands you a piece of paper, and what it says is, we're looking for crew members to board the Knight's Jewel. You can find us at the docks. If you ask the harbor master for the Knight's Jewel, they'll more likely tell you where the Knight's Jewel is. Please let us know that this person sent you, and we'll talk out an agreement on price.
All right, so what is
Wage.
the guy's name?
Let's go with Gerald.
We'll call him Dobby.
Dobby. Call him Dobby. So he gives you this, and what it says on it is, we are looking for crew members. We need at least 3 of them, and we could take more, but 3 is what we need.
I want Rose to be my main companion. I don't know why. I asked Rose to see if she wants to come with me.
So you show Rose this paper and says, "Hey, I need a companion." Mm-hmm. Rose is like, that seems fun. Do I get to fire cannons?
Hopefully.
Woo! She like screams in joy. She runs around the table.
Yay.
It kind of like just hugs you for a while. And it's like, and then Russell looks at you. Is like, well, does that mean you're going to be leaving? And then you just kind of.
Need me?
It's like, no, just kind of wondering if we're going to need to, like, keep your room open and all that kind of stuff.
I'd keep it open.
Okay.
I'd toss him the jewel and say, do me a favor. I don't trust town anymore. So go turn that in for me.
All right. So he takes the jewel and he pockets it. And are you going to say anyone else? I'm going to ask anyone else to join you, or?
I'm gonna look at Cross.
Cross?
Yeah.
Who's Cross?
Is it the old Duck Dynasty beard dude?
Oh, and that was...
What was his name?
Shoot, I have to look his name. Which old... Oh, yeah, it was Hulk Goldbladder.
No, it wasn't Hulk.
No, it was, So Russ was the leader, Herb was the stoned one, Hulk was the old elf that ran the books.
Yeah.
Rose, child, Claw was the,
Claw.
was the doctor.
I want to see a Claw.
Okay, so you ask Claw, and this Claw's like, well, I could try. I don't know if they will accept me because I'm old, but we can try.
Hey, but a doctor's a doctor.
Yes, I can tell him that. I'll bring my tools.
All right.
And then Russell looks at him. You're leaving too? It's like, yeah, I guess so. Gonna ask anyone else?
Does anyone else want to go?
The only one else is Hulk. If you want Hulk to come,
Come.
he kind of looks at Russell, and he's like, someone needs to run the books around here. I won't be that much use on the ship. I'm quite old. I don't got much skills on the ship. Okay, so like they kind of hand out jobs and stuff. So I was like, well, I guess you 3 are leaving us then. He kind of just doesn't really know what to say, because like, well, you guys been here for a few years. You're just kind of leaving now. Okay, I guess I'll get some new people come in.
I think we'll be back.
Be back? Well, it's an open door. And
well-
during the meantime, I'll have some other people in. Okay. So like, you're gonna. He said. Then the paper also says so. I'll meet him by, like a certain like at mid afternoon to let him know.
Wait for the time.
Then okay. So you just kind of fiddle around in your hideout sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys kind of like talk and like say goodbyes and kind of pack up all your belongings and stuff. All limited belongings there are. So
So basically, what's gonna happen is I'm bringing a small child, about 9 years old,
and a crippled old man.
and a crippled old man. This is gonna be the best fucking adventure ever.
All right. So it's about after lunch and you go to like the kitchen area and your thing you eat and stuff. And you kind of give your final farewells to everyone as all three of you leave the door. So as you leave the door, you can see the Claw has a wooden cane that he's walking on. As he goes, and Rose is just running around doing circles like, "Yeah, I'm going on a ship." It's a she, actually.
I said she.
Oh, I thought you said he.
Why does it have to be being 9-year-old?
You don't know if she's annoying. And then there's you. Are you just gonna lead everyone? Thank you for watching Tales of McFlare. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. If you have any ideas for characters, please leave those in the description, or you can send us an email, tweet them, let us know. If you didn't know, our Twitter it's at AdventureRoll. Come in and follow us, and we'll be posting whenever video goes live, or we would like to interact with some people. So I've been Matthew. Have a good rest of your day.